Rosalind Franklin was an extraordinary scientist from London, and today we're going to tell you her life story. She was born on July 25th, 1920. From a young age, she had a great interest in science, and with 6 distinctions, she won a scholarship to university in 1938. She studied the tiny holes in coal, known as the porosity of coal, and was able to accurately predict their performance for fuel purposes and the production of gas masks. In 1947, she joined a team of researchers for Jack Mehring, who was an X-ray crystallographer. X-ray crystallography is a way to see the 3-dimensional structure of a molecule. X-rays are fired at a single crystal, and the way they are scattered produces a pattern. This shows the arrangement of atoms inside the crystal. In 1952, she went to King's College to study DNA. She was appointed by a physicist called John Randall to lead Morris Wilkins and Raymond Gosling, which caused tension between Wilkins and Franklin. Franklin and Gosling discovered that there were 2 forms of DNA. When wet, the DNA fibre became long and thin. When dry, it became short and fat. Franklin named these forms B and A respectively. Because of the conflict between Franklin and Wilkins, Randall divided the work on DNA. Franklin chose the data-rich A, while Wilkins chose B. May 1952, Gosling and Franklin obtained Photo 51, an X-ray diffraction image of crystallized DNA. It was critical evidence in identifying the structure of DNA. It took 100 hours to complete the image and would take a further 365 days to analyse. Meanwhile, the American biologist James Watson and the British physicist Francis Crick were also studying the DNA structure, but they were missing vital information. Franklin shared Photo 51 with her colleague Morris Wilkins, and without telling her, he went behind her back and showed it to Watson and Crick. They used her data to build a few potential structures. Eventually, they concluded that DNA is made up of 2 helicoidal strands, one opposite the other with bases at the centre like rungs on a ladder. In April 1953, Watson and Crick published their model. Meanwhile, Franklin had finished her calculations and came to the same conclusion. She submitted her own manuscript, but it was published last, making it seem as though her theories only confirmed theirs, instead of the other way around. In 1958, Franklin died of ovarian cancer, never knowing that her information had been stolen. 4 years later, Watson, Crick and Wilkins all won a Nobel Prize for their work on DNA. It is believed that Franklin should be awarded a Nobel Prize as well.
I think she's very underappreciated.
I think she's very inspiring to other women.
I think she was ambitious.
I think she was a very determined person.
I think she was independent.
I just think it's amazing what she's achieved.
She was really diligent. I think her ideas were very unique.
I feel like she deserves more credit for what she did.
Yeah, maybe she'd Nobel Peace Prize.